Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And today, we have a lot of very interesting things to share. First of all, the Bitcoin price is above 46,000, Ethereum very close to 3,500, BNB 444, and generally speaking, the crypto market is doing quite neutrally, I would say. For all of you that did not know, by the way, we had a pretty big XRP giveaway running. It was actually a really funny story. We were basically saying XRP should probably hit like $1 this week, and if it doesn't, we'll do some giveaway. But check it out over on Twitter. This is what it read. XRP didn't hit $1 this week, so we have to give away this XRP to a lucky follower. And I'm still not exactly sure because I partially announced it over on YouTube, partially on Twitter, if I should make a Gleam or just do a Twitter raffle or even a blockchain raffle, but yeah. Fear and Greed Index, by the way, is showing pretty positive. It's actually above the levels that we've seen yesterday, which to me was rather interesting. And by the way, there's some very heavy news with Apple regarding crypto. I think you guys have all seen it by now. But a couple days ago, there was this Tim Cook speculation, mostly because of this Apple Pay idea. Let's read. NFT marketplace OpenSea to add credit card, Apple Pay support via MoonPay, but also MetaMask is allowing iPhone users to buy crypto with Apple Pay. And this basically is all coming together right now in a very big push, potentially, for Apple to get more into crypto. We're not 1,000% sure on that, but that's definitely what's in the mood right now. Seeing a lot of people over on Twitter state that this is going to get some crazy new traction for crypto going. It's just something I quickly had to mention to y'all, and I'm not so sure what the consequences are going to be, but now you know. By the way, guys, if you all enjoy these videos, make sure you press that like button. Why not, right? Now, luxury brand Off-White accepts crypto payments across flagship stores. Fashion label Off-White will leverage an arbitrage system provided by Berlin-based Luna to buoy volatile crypto prices, according to a report by Vogue Business. I don't really care exactly how they're going to do it. I don't care for what reason or whatever. They just know there's a lot of this demand for, I guess, from a lot of these crypto holders, very often high net worth individuals, to get this potential luxury clothing. And you're missing out on a pretty big segment if you're not allowing them to buy. And so, logically speaking, you have to find out a way. And if it's annoying to be able to, or to hold those crypto because they're too volatile, they'll usually find a system, and that's exactly what's going on right here. Then again, there's a completely different side to crypto as well, which is the mining part. Intel apparently has just launched a new Bitcoin mining chip. It's called Blockscale. Intel's new Bitcoin mining chip, the Intel Blockscale ASIC, will ship in the third quarter of this year to select customers. And I kind of wonder how that's going to work, how heavy or difficult it's going to be to get, but also how much this will change the game. Intel's announced details for its upcoming Bitcoin mining chip, the Intel Blockscale ASIC, which will ship in Q3 of 2022. Intel's chip, focused on energy efficiency and sustainability, will operate with up to 26 joule, let's just say J per TH of power efficiency, and the chip maker will supply customers with only the ASIC chip itself instead of shipping a fully fledged mining system as currently common in the industry. I am assuming they mean ASIC chip, not ship, but it could be funny if they actually give a ship to you or something. Crypto is getting ready to explode in April of 2022, market analysts say. I've actually let something along these lines go over on Twitter earlier, and even in a YouTube video, I believe, when I said things are starting to ramp up or getting ready. What we were basically talking about is right now, a lot of these meme tokens, a lot of these lower cap altcoins are starting to really pop off again. We've seen it recently with Waves, which is a top crypto in the top 50, or top at least 100. But there's a lot of these smaller cap altcoins as well, which right now are doing extremely good. And that's, again, a key point. Once you start to see a lot of these lower cap altcoins do well, there's a very good chance that things are going to kind of propel from here on forward. And again, I have a lot of charts open. I show them to you guys almost every single day. There's the macro side of things. There's the smaller side of things. It all kind of comes down to the same idea, though. Bitcoin / the entire crypto market is looking bullish. So let me quickly show you guys a couple of different things. They all point towards the same idea, though. Here, for example, for Bitcoin, a beautiful retest at about $45,000 before coming back upwards. If we zoom out a little bit, even though it's, I believe, on the same time frame still, we're seeing that a breakout is most likely going to happen within a couple of hours from now. I'm honestly expecting it to happen either today or tomorrow. That would be most logical, as this is a 4-hour chart. But again, breakout time, breakout time, breakout time. Get excited for it. Then we have the macro analysis again, which shows the EMA ribbons and the breakouts every single time that we broke above those EMA ribbons and basically sustained there. If you zoom out a little bit, this is a little bit of what it looks like. It's basically just a crazy breakout of about 50% or so every time it does come above it. And I'm honestly expecting the exact same thing to happen yet again. So a retest here was, I think, also a pretty crucial point, mostly because it happens in almost every single one of these rallies, that there's at least 1, 2, or maybe even 3 retests in the entire duration. But generally speaking, we have gone above it, confirmed above it, and retested it once, which shows a lot of strength in this specific push. In terms of altcoins, I already described it to you guys before, once the breakout was happening. I think the first time we called out that everybody should be buying altcoins right now was the 18th of March, about 2.5 weeks ago or so. And from that point out forward, the market is up at least 20% or so on average. I called out Solana, I called out Luna for imminent purchases basically, and in this little time frame it's kind of kept up the pace, but just going higher and higher and higher. I told you guys the major resistance is going to be 1.2 trillion. We did face some resistance there, but right now we've overcome it. Ever since we overcame it though, we actually came right back down for a little bit, and so today, next couple of days, I would say it's a let's wait and see type of movement, where we're going to have to see if it's just going to kind of make it base at around 1.2 trillion before moving onwards. But honestly, guys, I am expecting these higher levels for altcoins in the next couple of weeks, next couple of months, unless we have a completely like a dead cat bounce or whatever, where we basically have a crazy fake out. But honestly, as it currently is looking, I don't think that's going to happen. It doesn't look like a fake out is imminent or anything like that. We are retesting right now for the total market cap as well, our most critical supply zone here for cryptos. And as soon as we get above this, people have called out that as soon as we get above 50,000, we're in the good. I already expected us that once we were above 45,000, basically, that we were in the green, and that this is right now just a little bit of a calm before the storm still, where we're going a little bit sideways before having a crazy breakout towards the upside. I'm still expecting exactly that. And right now for the total cryptos, you can also see MACD has flipped green as well over on the weekly, which is extremely bullish to see. You can see here, we're facing some critical resistance, but we're overcoming it, if you ask me. On the XRP chart, I don't think we're seeing anything too significant. It's just basically we're playing ping pong with a bullish narrative, bullish bias. Again, we had a beautiful retest at about 77 cents. And you might say, but Dusty, weren't you thinking that we're going to hit $1? Well, partially yes, and that was actually if you continue the bullish momentum that we saw before. But mostly, we were just putting that out there for if it doesn't, it's like this. If it did hit it, everybody's happy because it hit $1, so we're all good. If it didn't, I gave away 2,500 XRP. It's like a win-win scenario for you guys. It's also a fun thing, so please see it as a fun thing, not as me putting that expectation really out there. In terms of VChamp, by the way, just to quickly move on here, it's down about 5 or 6% over the day, which you might consider to be really bad, right? It depends, because right now we're actually still in a little bit of a symmetrical triangle here, and it's going to be interesting because you can actually put this as a bullish pennant. If you guys don't know what it looks like, there's a flagpole with a symmetrical triangle at the top. Basically looks exactly as to what we're seeing right here, and very often these things break out towards the top with a crazy pump afterwards. But let's just see how this flows over the next couple of hours. As well, the daily here, it's still within this triangle. If we do not close, I would say below 0.779 for VeChain, we're still in the clear. We're still doing really good. Then a little warning for you guys, and this is actually very important. This article on CoinMarketCap reads, best phishing attempt I've seen in years. Warning as scam emails pretend to be from Trezor. So if you have yourself a hardware wallet, which I honestly recommend everybody to have, I want you guys to be really careful. Even if the email looks legit, don't click anything. Just don't click a single thing, all right? Nothing. And also only do things from within the app, basically. And here it says, hardware wallet manufacturer is urging its customers not to even open any emails that are sent by noreply@trezor.us. At the end of the day, guys, I am not exactly sure how they've done this or what. Here it says MailChimp have confirmed that their service has been compromised by an insider targeting crypto companies. We've managed to take the phishing domain offline, and we are trying to determine how many email addresses have been affected, but just realize that this is going around, so be very freaking cautious with everything along these lines. Also, be very cautious whenever you're thinking of downloading a application for any online website that you're using, because it doesn't always have to be their own application. I'm actually having a really difficult time knowing what exchanges, for example, have an app and which time I'm getting phished, as it happened before in the past where some guy was downloading one of these apps and actually got scammed that way as well, because it wasn't actually an official app. So just be cautious, understand that. Then moving on, this is actually a really interesting article to me as well. It is about Twitter. And you guys know, I like Twitter. So the Tesla CEO, Elon Musk, takes a stake in Twitter. analysts say it could lead to a buyout. Well, apparently he bought a 9.2% share in Twitter, which is a significant amount. It's a very significant amount, to be honest with you. A lot of these people are saying that centralization has killed social media from a certain perspective, or the, I guess, second generation of the internet, which is why Web3 is coming along. But Tesla CEO Elon Musk has taken a share in Tesla, Twitter Inc., after stating that he is giving serious thought to building a new social media platform, one that prioritizes free speech. An analyst says this could eventually lead to a buyout. I'm not so sure how that's supposed to work, but it's supposedly worth about $3 billion or so. Very interesting to me, though. Very interesting to me. He has, of course, a lot of, I guess, a Twitter share, in the sense that he is a very big Twitter user, has a ton of followers on there. And the fact that he's buying a piece of it, I guess, is just kind of logical. Even if he's going to build his own platform, to be this heavily involved in Twitter can also showcase how they're doing it, and then to kind of use that into your new platform. But it can also be like, let's just change Twitter in the way that it is good, so we don't have to make anything new or something along those lines. We can name 1,001 reasons as to why you might want to buy it. The CEO from before, you guys all know, Jack Dorsey, he actually only held a 2.25% share. So it's very interesting that Elon Musk is going for like 10% of the entire company just like that. It's actually pretty crazy, you know? He apparently is right now worth over $300 billion. Really? Twitter is a $30 billion company. He could easily buy the whole thing. It's kind of funny if you think about it. It is kind of funny. Then a little bit about the Ripple SEC lawsuit. Here's just the title. Ripple to SEC. XRP is not a speculative investment. Ripple continues to assert that XRP is a tool to transfer value across borders and not a speculative investment. And I'm going to say two things. One, that's true. One, that's false. Why? Well, make up your own mind on this one. We cannot say that it's not a speculative investment because every crypto in essence is a speculative investment. So is any currency to you that you're not going to use. If you are buying into a stock, very often it's a speculative investment. If you're buying a currency, very often it's a speculative investment depending on your goal with this specific thing, right? You can see almost anything in that way. You can buy nearly anything, gold, pick something, any currency, purely for the sake of speculation and gains. But it's about what is the underlying idea of this specific thing. Is it meant to purely be speculatory piece where the only value it derives is just from people speculating on it? Or is it supposed to be a store of value, which again is kind of like the first thing though? Or is it supposed to be a value transferable tool, which is what they want XRP to be? And that, I guess, makes the discussion as to whether or not XRP is security a little bit easier. Then again, I don't think that's the core question that should be behind all of this. At the end of the day, guys, I fully believe XRP is going to come out on top after all this lawsuit. Right now, last couple of days, there's not been any major update. I think the most newest things are going to be coming out April 6th or April 8th, if I remember correctly, something along those lines. But I believe mostly there'll be smaller updates, nothing too critical, nothing too crazy. Here, for example, we have one reply April 8th that we're going to be getting, and I think that's going to set like in motion a couple other decisions. At the end of the day, though, guys, I don't really mind all this, as I'm honestly really convinced that they'll win. And it's just takes time, but I think they'll win, you know? And then in regards to Ripple's progress, look at this, for example, boom or bust. Holders bullish after Ripple's partner solution launch. A bullish XP influencer sparked excitement within the community after sharing news about the launch of an international payment solution by Ripple partner Santander. Neither Ripple nor XP was mentioned in the original article shared by the influencer, and Ripple had no hand in Santander's new solution. Regardless, the XP community is thrilled, especially that they see Ripple winning the lawsuit against the SEC. Again, they have not won yet. Here it just says, Ripple partner Santander announces instant payments for companies in Europe and Brazil, #XRP. It's mostly the idea, though. This is getting a ton of likes, a ton of interest from the people, even though in this specific paper it's most likely not mentioned even a single time. But we know how Santander utilizes, I should say, Ripple. Some guys says this doesn't mean anything because we don't know exactly how or why or what. But it got 4,000 likes, so I just wanted to quickly make sure you guys understand. It's cool, but only maybe, and this is definitely way overhyped, because at the end of the day, we know exactly how XRP can be used and how it will be used. But to put these types of things out there, I'm not exactly sure why you do that or what the benefit is. It gives people the wrong idea. And at the end of the day, right now, the only big reason for the XP price to spike is either a crazy partnership that's out of proportion, or the lawsuit, or most likely just the Bitcoin price. I don't think any announcement from within Ripple or their partners is going to really pump it. But again, that's just my opinion though. Guys, if you haven't done it yet, make sure you check out Twitter. A link is down below. Make sure you all subscribe and press the like button if you enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video later today.